The ZCore network hard fork is fastly approaching, and I went ahead and made the conscious decision to start shutting down my nodes in preparation for this. So if we head on over to the ZCore network website, you can see we're now on version 3, and their swap is scheduled to end in the next couple days. So if you do want to swap to the new token, make sure you do that. You can do that by heading on over to swap and just following the instructions. So that'll bring you here, and they kind of give you the timelines for what they're doing. And I'm going to pull up the white paper here in a minute and show you. We'll go ahead and walk through what they're changing. But essentially they're moving from a native chain, swapping over to a token on the Binance Smart Chain. And you have to do this by February 28th, or you won't be able to do that, and your coins will stay in your wallet, but it's essentially going to be delisted from every exchange, and you won't really be able to do anything with it post that time frame. So then between April 1st and April 30th, you're going to be able to then take that token from the Binance Smart Chain, the wrap token, and swap it to the Binance native token for ZCore. So there's going to be there's already that ZCore token on the Binance Smart Chain. So you're just going to be able to swap to that. So it's still going to be on the Binance Smart Chain network. And then starting in Q2, you're going to be able to bridge that SCR token back to the brand new mainnet network for ZCore. And they're rebranding to ZCN, which is ZCore Network, instead of ZCR. And then in Q2, they're also going to do an airdrop for anybody holding CFI, ZCRT, or ZBO. So essentially, they're going to do a 1-to-1 for CFI, a 1-to-10 for ZBO, and a 1-to-10 for CZRT. And so I had a couple options here. I could have went through with the swap and pretty much retain the coins that I have. However, what I decided to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn my node off. Now what is happening right now, since we are very close to this time frame, I'm actually validating most of the blocks. A lot of people have already either exchanged it or sold it off, and so currently right now I'm kind of upholding the network. Here you can see this morning 634, 636, 636, 642, like I'm getting the majority of the blocks. And so if I were to shut this down, and if you notice, all these blocks are coming from staking, not masternode. That's because I've already shut off my masternode, and I'm basically holding it up just by the staking rewards of POS. So I'm going to continue to do that. I may sell off a bulk portion of this, as you can see. I have 10,826, and available is 0 because those staking rewards are coming in so fast that it's essentially locking up the coins. As soon as they become unlocked after the confirmations, they're revalidating them the following block. And it's pretty crazy right now. And this is what happens with these smaller coins when you want to support the network, right? A lot of people only talk about profits, which is great when it comes to decentralization. However, the big thing here is when networks make changes like this, there's going to be a time where if everybody moves in advance, that network's essentially going to halt, right? And we can't have that. We need it to move through. And so it could get to the point where maybe I'm losing a few hundred coins at the last minute. Perfectly fine as long as I'm maintaining the stability of this chain. And that's ultimately what I strive to do, right? Is I strive to keep these networks alive and try to help support them as much as I can. And for that reason, I'm not selling all these coins right now. Ideally, I need to offload them by the 28th or swap them by the 28th. And I'll probably do a big portion of that, but I'm also going to keep a portion just to keep that network alive. So let's head on over to the white paper, and let's kind of walk through what they're changing. So if you go to the white paper and you scroll down, Feel free to read the top section to understand, what they're trying to accomplish with their network. But essentially what we're looking for, we keep coming down here past the finance card. And so if we scroll down, what you're going to see is they're now moving to a validator model. And this is why I'm not swapping tokens. I'm just going ahead and selling, because most likely I am not going to be a validator on this network, and you'll see why. So validators help secure the ZCore network by participating in the proof of stake with authority protocol. Applicants for one of the 40 validator slots need to stake 10 million ZCore. This is very important. So they are only allowing 40 validators. Right, and here it says, once the quota of 40 validators has ended, new vacancies will only open in the case of withdrawal. The validators unlock their ZCore, or they're kicked off the network because of attempted fraud, anything like that. The other part to this is you need 10 million ZCore to become a validator. If we head on over to CoinMarketCap, I think ZCore is around half of a cent right now. Let's see. Yeah, so 0.0045. So if we take a look, you can see the price is up 33%. A lot of people are selling right now because of that, because of the switchover. But if we were to come in here, and we need 10 million, right? So 10 million coins is gonna be, assuming everything stays the same, right? Assuming the price stays the same, assuming it's a 1-to-1, which I think is actually going to be like more like a 1-to-10. But to run that node, assuming it was a 1-to-1 swap, would be $45,000 to run a validator node. Just to give you a general idea, I was running 2 master nodes. Each master node only required 5,000. So that's only $22 to set up a master node. So they're essentially moving from $22 all the way up to, that what appears to be 45,000. Even if it's a 1-to-10 swap, you're still looking at $4,500 for a validator node. It's a substantial investment, especially when there's only 40 slots available. And if we come up, the validators, it looks like it's going to be 7.5%. So it's really not that much when the staking's 11.3%. So let's talk about the implementation and kind of how they're doing the switchover. So ZCore users on the old network must migrate their assets to the new network. The migration would be carried out at a ratio of 1-to-10 due to change in the offer of the asset in ZCN. So this is where I was saying it's more of a 1-to-10, not a 1-to-1. Migration of ZCore from the old network to a wrapped ZCore token on the Binance Smart Chain, and then migration of the ZCore token from the old network to the Binance Smart Chain. So right now, this may confuse you. So right now there are actually tokens on the Binance Smart Chain network. I think there might also be a token on the Ethereum network. So option 2 covers the tokens. Option 1 also covers the mainnet coin itself. So these are essentially wrapped coins that are already on other networks. And then upon completion of the swap to the Binance Smart Chain, the ZCore token will be discontinued, right? So this is the legacy token. And ZCore, which is the legacy mainnet coin, will cease to exist on the original network. With the launch of ZCore Network Mainnet, which is the new ZCN network, wrapped ZCR owners will be able to redeem their ZCR on the new network. So essentially, you're going to be swapping over to a token on the Binance Smart Chain, and then you're going to be able to swap from that token back over to the new mainnet coin. And this is just kind of their roadmap. Things have shifted a little bit here, right? They were targeting this swap to occur around this time last year. Things have kind of got delayed, but they're essentially doing the swap now, and then they're going to work on these other changes as soon as that swap is complete. If you are running a ZCore node, make sure that you either do the swap or you sell your coins. You definitely want to do that, and I recommend trying to hold a coin or two in your wallet just to keep the network up. Maybe take $5 worth of coins, whatever it may be. Keep those in your wallet. Keep your wallet running. Do not close it. Right now, the network is being held up by the proof of stake transaction. So please keep your wallet up if you can, as much as possible over the next couple days.